So we're going to talk about slope intercept form, slope point form, standard form. These are the three famous forms for an equation of a line. And then we talk about slope of parallel lines and slopes of perpendicular lines. The video you've been watching before I start the lesson has a link here, so you can watch it later if you want. Now let's start with the first objective, slope intercept form. That the slope intercept form is this form, okay? Y equal mx plus b. Y equal mx plus b. M is the slope, b is the intercept. And when we say intercept, we mean the y-intercept. We're going to see here an example how to use this form. So the slope intercept, if you are asked straight away, you think about y equal mx plus b. Okay, straight away you think about this. And then you don't need to create anything. Just put the slope and the intercept. Slope 2. Slope 2. Where do we put it? In the m or the b? In the m. So you straight away put m equals 2. Intercept equals 1. Where do we put it in the equation?
Instead of the b, we are at 1. Instead of the b.
And you are done. That's all. So we're going to check using GeoGebra. Okay, I just put here y equals 2x plus 1. Right. Now, how do we check? Let's take a screenshot from here. Put it in our lesson. This is the graph from GeoGebra. Can you see it? Now, where is the slope? Where is the intercept? This one is the intercept. This is UB. Now, how do we check the slope is 2 in this line? We go run and rise. How much is the rise? How much is the run?
The run is 1 and the rise is 2.
So if we do run over rise, do we get this slope of this line? Yeah, 2 over 1. What is 2 divided by 1? Equals 2. And that's your slope. All right, as you can see, this is our line that we're talking about in this question. The slope point form. This is the form. So in this form, you need to know the m and the x1 and y1. The m is the slope, this m, and x1, y1 are the coordinates of the point on the line. So make sure you remember this form, all right? Now, this is an example. Write in a slope point form the equation of the line with slope 2 and passing through the point 1, 2. Check using GeoGebra. All right, so we're going to start writing the equation. The equation is y minus, what do you think is y1 in this example? 2, this 2. This is the y1, okay? This 2. So we put y minus 2. I've done y minus y1 so far. Y minus y1, done it. Okay, equals m. How can I cover this m? What is m in this question? Slope of 2. This is your m, all right? So this is my m. So I put here 2 bracket x minus. This is the slope point form. If you want to convert, you're not supposed to do it, but because I have a student who is eager to know, if you are asked to convert to slope intercept form, you heard the student asking me, صح؟ مين هذا البطلة اللي سألت؟ Okay. If you ask to convert, let's change the color of this one, make it purple. What you need to do, you take this form and you simplify it. All right. Just simplify it. What do you mean by simplify? We don't need to see bracket. You see this bracket? We don't need to see it. So we need to multiply these two over to bracket and expand. Okay, 2 times x, 2 times -1. Okay, so what do we get when we expand? Who can tell me? 2x minus 2. Right. After we do that, you know the slope intercept form, which is in the previous page, this one is always y equals. Can you see the first side is y? So here we have y minus 2. I don't want to see this minus 2 for the slope intercept form. So what do? We add 2 to both sides. Y equals. So this eliminates, and we get y equals 2x only, because minus 2 plus 2 is 0. This is the slope intercept form. Okay, now we go to the next slide. What is this form? Standard form. Ax plus by equals c. Make sure those a and b and c are integers. Be careful at this. Integers and nothing else. I hope you know what are integers. Numbers, simple numbers, the numbers you like. Exactly like this number, this number, this number, this number. All these are integers, even 1, -1. These are the integers. You have to see like 2x plus 3y equals 1, something like that. Okay. Now, here's an example. Write in standard form. Actually, I should write here standard form. Standard form. The equation of the line with slope 2 and intercept 3. So, because they gave you slope and intercept, you start with slope intercept form. That's how you start. Okay, despite they didn't ask you to do that, but still, that's how you start. The best way to start is to think about slope intercept form, because you have the slope and you have the intercept. Y equals what? Who can tell me? Yes, y equals 2x plus 3. This is a slope intercept form. If you give your answer like this, you get 0. Why? Okay, tell me why. To get the standard form, you have to write it on this form, ax plus by. X and y together on one side and the number on the other side. So this 2x should migrate from this side to the first side. So, okay, so this 2x should move from this side to this side. By subtraction, you get minus 2x or negative 2x. Plus y equals 3. If you don't understand, stop me and say explain. I explain to you, which is y equal mx plus b. Just substitute m with 2 and b with 3. This slope is m, remember? This slope is what? M in the equation. This m. Okay? And this intercept is b in the equation. This b. And that's why I put 2 here, which is the given slope, these 2. And I put 3 here, which is the intercept given, these 3. Yeah, you can if you want. I can write it like this. Maybe you think to put like this. Y minus 2x equals 3. Is that what you want? Yeah, fine. But the standard form should be x first. All right. Can you see here? Ax. So you put x first. So you have to change the places. We use the commutative property. You know that addition a plus b equals b plus a. So is that clear? So here I can swap them and I put negative 2x first and y second. So what do I get? When I swap, I get negative 2x plus y. plus y equals 3. And that's it after I swap. Is this on the form ax plus by equals c? Look at it, this one. Is this on the form ax plus by equals c? Is it on the form, on this form? Yes or no? A, b, and c constant integers. Is -2 a constant integer? What is b in this case? This b is 1. This a is -2. -2. And this c is what? What is this c? 3. I told you, usually a positive. If I want to change this a to positive, I multiply everything by -1. After I multiply by negative, or change the sign. So you just change this sign to plus, and this sign to minus, and this sign to minus, and you're done. It's the same. If you multiply by minus, you get here plus, here minus, here minus. This is the same equation as this. And we call this a standard form. Now let's go to slide 5, which is the most important part. Slope of parallel lines. We're going to investigate using GeoGebra lines with equal slopes. Equal what? Slope. Or unequal. Sometimes you put them equal, sometimes you put them unequal. And we see what happens. And then we answer this question. When do we get them parallel? The lines. So usually we draw 2 lines and we see. Let's start with equal slopes. Okay, this is GeoGebra. All right. Look at this line here. Who can tell me what's the slope from this equation? Which one has a slope 2 here in all these lines? Okay, let's graph this one, h, and see how it appears. That's your h. Can you see them? Are these 2 lines parallel or not? Excellent. So if you use the same slope, I get them parallel. Let's try this last one, t, this one. Can you see it? Is it parallel to them? And then you can put y equal 2x plus any number or minus, it doesn't matter. Okay, you put y equals 2x minus 5, for example, you get your line. Can you see it? I did minus 5, I did minus 1. Let's make let's make it 5. Minus 5. Can you see? All the lines are parallel. These lines, they have a slope 2, they have the same slope, and they are all parallel. Let's change the slope. Let's make it 3 to one of them. Can you see this one? The green one, the F1, the slope is not equal to 2. Is this line parallel to the other ones? No. Let's change the slope of the red one. Instead of 2, I put it 3. What happens? The red H and the green F, are they parallel, these two? They have the same slope, 3. But the other ones are not, because they have a different slope, which is 2. Let's change the slope of the green one, this one, and make it 3. Can you see we got not 3 lines that are parallel? All these lines have a slope of 3. But this one is not parallel. If you look carefully, it's going to intersect them. Can you see here? It's intersecting all of them. It's crossing them. It's not parallel. These 3 lines are parallel. They never cross each other. The blue line is not parallel to them. It's crossing them. And the reason why, the blue line has a slope of 2. The other lines that have a slope of 3. And you can try as much as you want. So these ones, they are parallel, they have a slope of 2, all of them, same slope. This one, slope equals 1, is different than this slope, not parallel to the other lines. All right, let's go to the next part. Here, how do we use this? How do we use our investigation? Write in standard form the equation of the line parallel to y equal to x minus 1 and passing through the point 1, 2. Check using GeoGebra. After we finish, we check. All right. So we have a line here that is given, and we have to write an equation of another line, right, that is parallel to this line. So our line is parallel to this line. So what did we say before? When they are parallel, okay, let's say our famous part is parallel, means same slope. The slope is 2. Our line in this question has, let's say, has a slope of 2 and passes through the point. Which point in the question? Now, how do we write an equation of a line that has a slope of 2 and passes through a given point? Because we have slope and a point, so we have to use a slope point. This is a slope point. You first start getting the slope from the property of parallelism, because they are parallel. After you get the slope, you have a point, you use the slope point, okay, which is this 4. Okay, so all the work that we have done in the other slide for the other question, we do it again here, which is here. We do all this. After that, we put the standard form. This is a slope intercept form, this one. This one is slope point. This form is a slope intercept. All right. So we have to change it to standard form. Okay. The only thing we have to do here is just to subtract y from each side. All right. Subtract y from each side. Minus y. Minus y. Y minus y is 0. Equals 2x minus y. And that's your standard form. Can you see these two lines, the blue and the green? They make 90 degrees angle between them. We call them perpendicular. Perpendicular. Okay, look at the slope of the first one. The slope of the first one is 2. The slope of the second one, 1 over 2 with negative. Okay, I'm going to delete this point. I don't need it. I'm going to use more examples. Okay, y equal 3x, for example, plus 3, this line. I'm going to remove this 2. Y equal 3x plus 3. I'm going to draw the perpendicular. Look what I do. I just changed the equation to minus 1 over 3. تطلع لي perpendicular. الحين شوفوا معه. Perpendicular ولا لا? Look at the slope. This one slope 3. This one negative 1 over 3. Let's have another example. Let's say I have minus x. This is the line y equal negative x. Can you see it? I remove this one. This is minus x. Now I'm going to do y equal x, exactly x. They are perpendicular. Look at the graph. They are perpendicular. This slope and this slope, the 2 and negative half, they are inverse to each other. 2 and half and negative. So make sure you do the inverse and you put minus. Like this one is 3. This one has a slope of 3. This one has a slope of negative 1 over 3. So you flip over and you change the sign. Even good? They are opposite reciprocals. So if a slope is 2 over 3 and the other slope is negative 3 over 2, we get perpendicular line. So we said 3 over 2, this is the line, 3 over 2, with slope 3 over 2, this line. It doesn't matter if I add 1, it goes up. The slope intercept change, but still it's the same line. This line has a slope 3 over 2. And I'm going to do negative 2 over 3. 2 over 3. This line, can you see it? Here it is. Can you see they are perpendicular? So these two lines, they are perpendicular because their slope is reciprocal and opposite. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and put it in the, and I put it here. These are my two lines. So which one has a slope of 2 over 3? This line. And which one has slope of negative 2 over 3? This line. And they are what? They are perpendicular. Write the standard form, the equation of the line perpendicular to y equal to x minus 1 and passing through the point. Class الحين from perpendicular, what do we get the slope? From perpendicular. هذا slope كم? This slope. لو flip over 1 over 2 هو في الحقيقة 2 over 1 صح؟ لما نعمل له reciprocal 1 over 2 نحط له minus. We use the slope point formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 slope. The point is given here 1 2. فبدل هذا ال y1 we put this y 2 y minus 2 equals, now the slope of this perpendicular is negative half. فنحط negative half times x minus x1, which is x minus the coordinate, the x coordinate of the point, which is 1 in this example here. So minus